everybody.
Hey.
Thank you for tuning in to Welcome Back to America. I am D.B. Frick, and lucky for you, you aren't. As always on Welcome Back to America, we like to give you news. We have a wonderful person with us today, and we are celebrating women in entertainment for the next couple of weeks. So it is apropos to introduce Millie as a woman in entertainment.
I am.
What do you got in the news going on today?
Ooh, well, let's talk about college girls. Do you know they like to drink?
It's my favorite subject, college girls. Yeah.
College girls like to drink, and some college girls like to put themselves in a dryer, feet first, and get her body stuck. So then what happens, her other college friends that are drinking laugh for about 45 minutes, and then they call the fire department. And when they get there, then they laugh 20 minutes, and then they try to get her out that way, which they do get her out. The moral to the story is, don't drink and dry.
Don't drink and dry. That's great.
Yes.
What else you got going on in the news?
Election day is upon us. Yes. And if you voted through mail-in ballot, don't worry. If you're having anxiety because now you've changed your mind, not a problem. Check out the election laws, what they permit. Like in New York, they allow you to get in touch with them, say you want to change it, and then you go to the voting booth, and you can just vote again. And the whole thing is, though, once you put it in, then it's in, and that's it, just like a virgin.
Right, the second mail-in ballot. If you mail it in and you go there day of, the vote day of is the vote that counts. It's important to
Well,
note.
the machine, when
Yeah.
when you put it in the machine.
Yes,
That's it.
the voting machine.
Yes. So a determined Florida woman, big and pregnant, she was in labor en route to the hospital, and she wanted to vote. She made her husband stop and get her in there to vote. She stayed in the car, and he went and spoke to the supervisor of elections, and he agreed. He said, that's fine, we will work this out. And she was so happy, and they gave her sticker, because she voted, and they happily went to the hospital, and she put this sticker on the crowning baby. That was adorable, I think.
While at the same time being horrifying.
Well, possibly, but she was very happy she voted.
For everyone else voting. What else happens in the world today?
Yes, in Germany, they are celebrating 50 years of women in football, which is really soccer as we know it. They have won 2 World Cups and plenty of trophies. And, I believe it's all in the pep talk, that goes on in Germany. It's like, Achtung, Achtung, you will win and you will do it, or else you will be tortured.
I think that group of ladies is the most badass group. Like, I wouldn't want to F with any of them. I would lose in a bar fight with every single one of them individually.
Wow, that would be fun to watch.
Yeah, a bar fight with me in a bar fight. That would be great. Never been in a bar fight.
I'm sure you haven't.
No, I've never been in a bar fight.
Okay.
I've only been punched once in my life.
Okay. Well, that's good. I don't think I've been punched myself.
Well, that's good.
I've punched.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just
I'm sure
family
you have.
members, nobody else.
Usually before the show, I get punched by Millie.
Yeah. Well,
What gets the show going.
that's right. Gets the blood going.
What else we got going on?
Yeah. Have you heard that a pretty girl cannot be a doctor?
Yep. Yeah.
There's a female. There seems to be opinionated trolls who don't like this Las Vegas 30-year-old doctor because she thinks she's pretty, and she's like telling them, "Ha! You think I'm pretty now? You should see me in my leather and whips and chains." So she's not going to save your lives because she's going to be applying her lipstick.
She's a pretty girl. She's a pretty doctor.
She's a pretty doctor.
I wish all my doctors weren't old men. I wish I could have got
Well,
a
you
doctor.
can change that, Dan. You can pick who your doctor is.
Really?
Yeah, you don't have to go with who's a good.
Oh, okay. I'll look into that.
Yes.
I don't know how many of you know this out there, but recently Sean Connery died. Very sad story.
Very sad. So handsome.
Such a man. Women love the guy.
We
was
do.
always beloved. He was James Bond. He won an Oscar for The Untouchables. And there is nothing that makes a man more manly than a mustache.
There isn't.
And Sean Connery knew how to kick it with a mustache.
He knows how to kick it without, too.
Oh, whoops. there we go. It didn't make it. We also have some emotions. Women have a lot of emotions, and
We do.
they show them in different ways.
We're so much fun.
And you picked out some pictures here that really can show off a woman's emotion.
Yes.
But I think any emotion can be taken one way or the other. Like you might see an emotion, and I would see it differently. Like this first picture here. Let's see what she looks like. If we like.
Aw, yeah. What do you think, Dan? Let's hear you.
I think that she looks happy and content and at a beach.
And I think she's thinking about how she's going to kill somebody.
Yeah, she could easily. You are right. It is. It's hard to determine.
Yeah.
The next, we have a few more pictures here.
Oh!
This one looks like she's about to do a Broadway show. Like she's auditioning for Les Mis.
Yeah, and this is me having to cook dinner again. Like, what the heck am I going to make?
Again, I don't know how people cook dinner for like
me
20 years.
neither.
You've been doing it for what?
I'm doing it forever. I can't take it.
We have some other pictures.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, she looks like she was just surprised that a monkey broke out of the zoo. That's what I see. So,
and I see that somebody is on 10 items or less at the Stop and Shop, and she doesn't like it.
That's really funny. Let's see, what other pictures do we have? Oh, that I like. That's the kind of woman that I'm going to take home with me.
That's nice. I'm feeling the same way that I think this is what she does when she goes to the in-laws' house.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, she looks pretty.
Or it's what the in-laws do to her when she gets to the house.
No. All right, maybe.
I think we got a couple of more. This lady here, what do you think? What's her emotion?
I think that she didn't mean to have her picture taken at the motor vehicle department.
Yeah.
And you can tell she's not happy. I saw another picture of her. She looks much better than this.
I've never seen such bags under someone's eyes.
Yeah, well, it happens. And this one, I think this is what we're all going to look like on November 4th.
Yeah, either that or the direct opposite. She could be crying or laughing. I don't really know.
Well, she needs to brush her teeth a little bit better, but she's happy.
We have so much show for you coming up. We have a play by Millie. You want to talk about that for a second?
Yes, it's a little vignette, about 15 minutes. It's about an Italian family, and the son brings home a girlfriend, and they just have like a nice little meal and chat.
That's great. Stay for that. That'll be showing first. Then we have Bonnie Scalisi and Mandy Jones from the very popular podcast Wildflowers.
Yes.
They'll be chatting for a few minutes. And we also have comedy great and the beloved Carie Karavas. Check out her interview. She's so funny. She's really one of the best.
She's very funny.
Thank you for everybody.
If you don't want to, she will never lie to you. Just ask her any question. She'll tell you whatever she wants.
Never lie. Thank you so much for checking out Welcome Back to America. And stay tuned right after this.
Check.
Hi, everybody. This is D.B. Frick. This is Welcome Back to America, as the sign reads. I have a couple of comedians with me today. Very funny ladies, very funny people. I've known them for a few years. Bonnie Scalisi and Mandy. Mandy. It's so good. It's Mandy Jones. It's so good to have both of you here.
Thank you, D.B., for having us.
Yes. I love that you guys started a new show, sort of revamped your thing and brought a new thing to life with Wildflowers. And I think you just had your old co-host on.
Yes, we did. One of our old co-hosts.
Yes. I've known Anthony a long time. He's a very funny guy. I wanted to ask you guys, and I'll go to you first, Bonnie.
Uh-oh.
What was it?
I've been drinking, so whatever you get is what you get.
Full disclosure.
Isn't that usually the case?
Yeah.
It would be weird if you weren't. I would be worried. And then we might have to do an intervention for not drinking. What got you on stage, Bonnie? How long did it take before you got on stage? Was the bug there for a while?
Okay, honestly, I was more of a comedy lover to watch. I did not really want to be on stage. I had two people that I had kind of a crush on who were comedians, and I wanted to get closer to them. So just like in the past, that has been disastrous. Like I had a crush on in high school, a drummer, and he played the drums, so I learned how to play the drums to get closer to him. I did the same with comedy, and that comedy dream became a bust. And I learned a different reason to be on comedy is just to vent my venom and my, being quiet and silent in society. And it's been like therapy for me. So the whole idea of why I came to be a comedian is different than when I originally started. And I'm only confessing that to you because I'm drunk.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad I got some truth out of you. How about you, Mandy? What got you on stage for the first time? You've been doing this a few years.
Yeah, Halloween will be 3 years actually, because I got on stage. I did an open mic the night before Halloween 3 years ago. I started writing jokes the August before that, so I was like writing jokes for like 2 or 3 months before I actually got on stage. I had seen Pete Holmes Crashing, that show where he's it's like the first little nuggets of him becoming a comedian, and his folks giving him advice and other comedians. And I was like, oh, I could maybe do this. I had always loved stand-up comedy. And I told my husband, who doesn't think I'm funny, that I'm going to write jokes. He's like, okay, go have fun with that. And here we are. I ended up doing a podcast with Bonnie, and now I'm really glad I fell into this.
It's fun.
It really is nothing but fun.
It really is. And that's the only reason we do it, is for fun.
I pose to you another question.
Uh-oh.
What is your favorite joke that you wrote or that you've heard of someone else's?
Ooh.
You could go first.
Favorite joke? That's really hard.
I know, that's a lot.
I mean, I love Mitch Hedberg. I used to do drugs. I still do drugs, but I used to too. That's like, that comes to mind as like one of like just the classic, so many classic one-liners out of him. But yeah, no, I can't narrow it down to one joke. I don't
Fair enough. How about a joke of your own? That makes you giggle. There's got to be something that like you came up with that just makes you giggle.
Well, the one joke that I always get a giggle out of is I always accuse my husband of having a food fetish. He's always saying he's going to stick his dick in like cake or ice creams. I'm like, you have a fucking food fetish, dude. But he doesn't have a food fetish. He just knows I'm a fat chick at heart, and I would eat the shit off of some sweets with his dick.
Oh, okay. There we go. That's awesome.
It's completely true and great.
You do know that's forever on...
Yeah, I know. It's on multiple platforms.
Me and Andy are Wildflowers. That's why we don't give a fucking shit.
No, I understand. I appreciate that. In fact, the ratings go up the more you guys curse.
She
Please
cursed
do.
enough for the both of us.
Oh,
When was the last time you got on stage?
I was at your last.
Oh yeah, I had a little thing here.
It was so fun.
What was it? What was the date of that? Oh, August 30th.
Oh, okay. So like a month ago?
Yeah. So it's
Very
been a
cool.
bit.
Manny Arias was the host.
Tugboat.
We had Evan Weiss. We had Devon.
Devon Giannini.
Devon Giannini. Me. There was a whole bunch of people. It was so fun.
Who are some of your favorite comedians out there?
Me?
Both of you.
Like famous or
No, it doesn't have to be. It can be famous or not. Just the people that make you laugh.
Long Island, like TV's level.
okay, my favorite, obviously, it's no secret. My favorite is Joe DeVito. I think he's so funny, and I got a couple of lessons from him. So he's one of my Long Island favorites, and I love Michelle Fox, who we recently had on our broadcast. And I just think, it's funny stuff about marriage, which I could honestly relate to. So those are two of my favorites.
Yeah, they're both great. Yeah, I've known Joe a very long time, too. Probably like as far back as 2004 when he did Super Size Me, which I think was 2004 or not. I don't know. How about you? there, Mandy Jones?
Yeah, probably. I mean, probably my favorite that I've gotten to work with. I mean, we just had Tony on. Tony Landolfi's hilarious. I mean, I love Terry McNeely. He's put me and Bonnie up a bunch of times.
Yeah, thank you, Terry, for putting us on 6 out of his 12 shows that used to be on Long Island before COVID. And now, you know,
yeah, he's doing a show a month that we were pretty much on.
He looked like he had like 15 shows coming up, honestly.
Yeah, I know. If anybody lost anything, it was him. But no, he's someone that I've been really lucky to work with, and he's really got his voice formed, I think. You know, his
and
character.
I love his posts about Trump. I think they're fucking hilarious. And I emulate him, and I try to copy him in a way.
Okay.
As an inspiration, honestly.
All right, here's a couple of weird questions. If you were on the run with a lot of money, where would you hide?
I never do anything illegal, so I don't have to hide anywhere.
This is
I'm a responsible person. I pay my taxes. I do everything the right way, so I don't have to hide from anybody.
Okay. Well, Mandy has the heart of a grifter. Mandy has the heart of a grifter.
I know.
Let Mandy answer this.
Yeah, no, I'd probably go like the Midwest, somewhere where they're not going to be looking for me. Just get into somebody's house and just start fucking, can I help with this? Like,
if you could have one superhero power, what would it be?
You want to go first?
I'd probably want to be invisible.
Okay. So you could sneak into the boys' locker room?
Yeah, so I could hear all the shit you guys talk about me, I guess. I don't think I want to know, really, though.
I don't talk about anybody. I talk about me.
I know. I say everything about everyone's face, pretty much.
Are men funny?
I love men. I think men are very funny. I think women are funny too. But, you know, if you're attracted to a man and he's up on stage, it's much more funnier than if he's an ugly fuck and he's fat. That's just the truth.
Okay.
I'm drunk, so excuse me.
No, we know. We assessed. That's great. I love that you do that too. For your shows, I think that was your staple. As you've done these shows these last couple of years. Who are, out of the famous comedians, who do you really like? Who's someone that you'll sit and watch? Have you watched anybody recently?
I love Orny Adams. I met Orny Adams in New York recently. He actually knew who I was, which was really a shock. And I went with Kristen Tinsley to go see his show. And we came late and we were put front and center. And when I went to see him after the show to buy a shirt, he's like, I know exactly who you are, which was really a thrill for me.
That's interesting.
I think he's hilarious, but a lot of people don't know who he is, but people in comedy know who he is.
Oh yeah, I know who he is. He was in Comedian many years ago. Seinfeld put him in Comedian, or at least his
Seinfeld loves him.
Yeah.
And he is on Teen Wolf. He was the coach.
He was the coach in Teen Wolf?
Yes. So he's the most famous person that I've met and that I know.
Oh, well, that's nice. How about you, Mandy? Who's the most famous person you've met?
Oh, that I've met?
A comedian you're talking about, right?
Anybody.
I haven't really met anybody famous.
What about
The sound went out.
Mark White from the Spin Doctors?
I guess that's it.
The sound went out. I don't know what happened. The sound went out.
The sound went out.
Hey,
Still?
the sound went out.
What about now?
Can you hear us now?
Nothing? That's annoying.
Oh,
I
no.
touched anything.
That's too bad.
I didn't touch anything.
This was a great interview
Well,
with you
thank
guys.
you, DB, if you can hear us.
That, I don't know, but we had a great conversation, and thank you for coming down to Welcome Back to America.
talked me into this relationship. We're going to hell.
I'm not going to hell, you're going to hell. Okay, I'm going to. I am so glad you changed your mind, Philomena.
You know you made me an offer I couldn't refuse. Make no mistakes, Francis Tamburino. I still don't feel right about meeting your parents. It's too soon.
It's been 6 months.
I am your mama's first cousin's daughter. What part of it's too soon are you still not getting?
Look, I know this whole thing is totally messed up, Phil. It's not our fault our mothers stopped speaking to each other before we were born. How were we supposed to know we were cousins when we hooked up? So now it's their fault we're going to hell.
Why aren't we just going for dessert? Having dinner leaves too much time for an interrogation. I am freaking out here.
You are one confused Italian. You want to meet my parents over a powdered cannoli?
No, you're a confused Italian. Like there'd only be one dessert.
Look, dinner was the only way. I have never brought anyone home to meet my family before. They probably think I'm gay.
You are such a mama's boy.
Yeah, but you love this boy of the mama.
God help me, I do. Hey!
Turn here, it's the second house on the left. Just remember to stick to the story. You were raised in a convent after your parents were killed in a vineyard accident in Napa Valley.
And that's in New Jersey?
No, Staten Island.
How much longer do you really think we can keep it from them?
At least until the wedding.
You are such the egomaniac.
Everything will be fine if you just stick with the story. Your parents are dead. Morta. Stick with it.
God forbid.
When it comes to a tragic death, Mama will never ask any questions. She feels talking about other people's tragedies will curse her with the evil eye.
That's what I hear. What about your dad?
Oh, he's not much for interrogating. Just make sure you love all of his magic tricks.
Magic tricks? Great! Okay, let's do this. How about a kiss for good luck?
Oh, what are you crazy? Mom is watching.
What the hell am I getting myself into?
Hiya! Finally, he sees me. Yes, here I am, waiting for you for over an hour now, big shot. Frank, wake up! I made you espresso like mud. You should be wide-eyed and bushy-tailed. Wake up!
Just so, Maria, you ever picture me that hot again, a woman? I'm gonna picture your ass so damn hot, you're gonna have 3 cheeks instead of 2.
You know you would love that. Touchdown! Oh, it's a woman! I really is not dead. Hey, guys, you owe me $25. I told you he was no fairy princess.
That's the best of $25 I ever lost, huh? Mama, hey, bring me my magic box. Let's make merry.
Oh, Fangu, the magic of
Get the box.
Places. Francis Jr.
Mama, Papa, this is Philomena.
Oh, ¿cómo está? She's a dad. It's so nice to meet you, Philomena. That is such a lovely name. It happens to be a name on my side of the family. Gracias.
Is she all right?
Yes.
It's nice to meet you, Mr. and Mrs. Tamburino.
Thank you. Please, bring a cup. Come. Have a seat. We're going to have some maca pasta.
Welcome, Philomena.
Thanks so much for very talented.
This a girl that's a good eye.
And her mother was not so bad either.
Of course she's got a good eye. That's why she's with my figure niche.
Mama, something smells delicious. What do we have?
Oh, we're having spaghetti and meatballs, eggplant parmigiana, and some sausage and peppers.
That's it? Only 3 trays?
It really does smell wonderful.
Oh, good. I hope you're hungry. You look like you could use a nice meal.
Don't say that. She looks great.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I did not know. Oh, did you just get out of the hospital?
No, but thanks for asking. Actually, my family is always bugging me to get some meat on my bone.
Nothing wrong with that.
Your family sounds very nice. Where do they live?
A couple of towns over in Lindenhurst down by the water.
Oh, you know, it's good fishing in the Lindenhurst. I fish it down by the town dock. I only use a hearty cheese as bait. Throw it on. Takes a tugging, but it keeps the fish from running. Whoa! The fish will never go into pasta.
Yeah, remember when we went fishing down at Captree and we had to use pepperoni?
Yeah.
Yes, I remember. I make the potato and egg sandwiches.
Oh, I love it there.
Oh, you like the potato and egg sandwiches, huh? This tastes good. Your mama, she makes this for you?
When I was a small child.
Oh, and now she forgot. Oh, sorry.
Mama, don't.
What?
Her parents are morta. A tragic thing. A small child.
Oh, no. No. Oh, Filipina. You said that your family lived in Lindenhurst.
Oh, they do. In a cemetery.
Cemetery? Down by the water? Isn't that dangerous when it floods? I hope they have a flood insurance.
Enough with the questions. We need more bread.
I was raised in a convent.
That's okay. We don't need to know.
By Italian nuns in Staten Island.
Oh, Italian nuns. That explains why they wanted to fasten you up. They know it's comfortable, huh? Hey!
A present for you, Philomena.
I can't explain.
Oh, no, please.
Go ahead, Phil.
Oh, but not now.
No, come on.
Really, I don't deserve a present.
No.
Yes, you do, Bella. Just not this one.
Trust me, this is one present you deserve.
Stupida. Be quiet.
Oh my God! This is the best gift I have ever received! Fake poop! Thanks so much!
You should have seen the look on your face. That was the best.
Can I keep it?
Oh, this one is silly. You like the poop, huh? Hey, would you like a bell?
Mama.
Hey, Bamboo, we go to the magic shop tomorrow. I'll get you more, okay? You look so familiar, Philomena. Where do you work?
Oh, she doesn't work. Her parents left her a lot of money.
See? Insurance, huh?
Yeah, the insurance. Well, what do you do to keep busy then?
I crochet and cook.
Oh, she crochets and cooks. Those Italian nuns did a lovely job. You are very special, Philomena.
Yes, she is, Mama. And not just in a mental way.
I like to make it a toast. To Philomena. With all that you have been through, you have become a wonderful person, and I'm so happy you came here with my son. And to my son, Francis Jr., I always know deep down inside that you will not get it.
No.
You're too messy, huh? Hey, salud!
Yes, Bella, you have a tag on your blouse.
Oh, where?
By the neckline.
Oh, there it is. Shoot, it won't come off.
Here, let me try.
You're being too rough.
You're moving around too much.
Let me try.
Yeah, let your mama try.
How'd you have that idea?
What?
What is this? Who are you?
What?
She's Philomena, Mama. Is something wrong?
Oh, yes, something is very wrong.
What is it?
Oh. It all makes sense now. First her name, and now the birthmark. Oh, no.
Frankie, get your mother some medicine quick, huh? Quick! Quickly, quickly. You feel better? Are you saying what I think you're saying?
Yes, Papa. You drink the Anazet. Philomena, Frankie, what I'm finding hard to say will be hard for you to hear. You both are cousins. What? Philomena has a genital birthmark on her neck. Really? Yes. Just like me. See? It's in the shape of a Pinocchio.
Is that flavored celery?
Yes, and it's very tasty too.
Let me see that. I thought that looked familiar.
Philomena, I know you were very young when your mama passed away, but did you ever see her Pinocchio? Yes. Oh. Your mama and I were first cousins. No! Yes! We were very close as children. And then we started dating the boys and she became an animale butana. She tried to steal my Frank away from me with the ugly meatball.
And there was an eggplant parmesan.
Take it down, Frank. It was an ugly meatball. You see, Philomena, the shape of a meatball is like a work of art. Okay? Your mama was no Michelangelo. And she was more like a Picasso. Very ugly. Papa, he liked my meatballs better, so then we never spoke again. But I did go to the hospital to see you when you were born. You were so precious, Philomena. You had this thick, long, black hair all over your body. And you had the tiniest, littlest Pinocchio I ever seen. Just like me. And now look at this. Look at this. It's a big mess. Philomena, you don't want to be with my son, your cousin. Frankie, you cannot live with the fact that Philomena is family.
No, Mama, I cannot. I cannot knowingly carry on disgracing the family. I don't care that I love Philomena deeply. I don't care that she's the only girl that reminds me of you. I don't care that I shall never marry another woman for as long as I live.
Stop it. Stop being so foolish.
Oh, no, it's all right. I'll be fine. I don't need a wife. I'll just stay here with you and Papa.
Wait! Don't go crazy now, huh? Maybe we can work this out. You know, Franklin Delano Roosevelt and Eleanor Roosevelt were cousins, huh? Hey, if it's good enough for the President of the United States, it's good enough for me.
First, we must go to Staten Island to see the Italian nuns. We need the children to get a blessing because we all don't want to go to hell. I'm going to pack an overnight bag just in case.
I'm not going anywhere without my sausage and pepper hero, huh? It's going to be a long ride. You know what? Bring some cookies too, in case there's traffic.
Yeah, Uncle, it's a 45-minute ride.
Philomena, I'm going to be needing the poop back, huh? I'm going to take it to the convent. It's a big crowd, please.
Over my dead body.
Hey, don't tempt me, woman, huh?
Well, what are we gonna do now, my little Pinocchio neck?
Cousin, I guess we're going to Staten Island for the meeting of the mamas.
Cousin, I'm bringing the Anisette.
Writing a book is the adventure of a lifetime. Red Penguin Books take pride in giving our authors a publishing experience that is stress-free and celebratory all the way. Some of our authors first approach us with no more than an idea for a book that's ready to sprout. Others submit completed manuscripts. Whether you're at either end or anywhere in between, our goal is to get you published. At Red Penguin Books, we offer options and opportunities that are unique in the world of publishing, and all of them are designed to keep you, the author we so deeply respect, in the driver's seat, unlike other publishing houses. So, if you want to write a book and are looking for a publisher, we've got you covered. Red Penguin Books deal in publishing services, book development, and ghostwriting for digital, print, and audiobook. Call us at 516-448-4993 or visit our website, www.redpenguinbooks.com.
Hi, everybody. This is D.B. Frick. That's me. This is Welcome Back to America, like it says on the TV. I have with me one of the funniest people around. I've known her for a few years, got to write an article about her recently. She had a live show a few months ago, and she recorded her album, and it was great. She's a wonderful comedian. You can catch her at governors all over the place. Ladies and gentlemen, Carie Karavas. How you doing today?
Hello.
Thanks for making it down to the show, or your living room, or wherever you're coming in from. It's good to see you. It's been a while. You look great. Your hair is so full, and I love it. It's like a great lion's mane. Love it.
I've got big hair.
Yeah.
I'm a Long Island girl.
You are a Long Island girl, which is part of what we're going to talk about. You have been in comedy on Long Island for about, over 20 years now. What was
over
it?
30. Over 30.
Over 30.
So you see the gray? Don't you see the gray going on?
I can count 30 gray hairs, one for each year. What was it that first got you on stage?
What first got me on stage? Well, I was out in LA, and I would go to the Comedy Store every single night watching, famous comedians. They weren't famous yet. It was 1985. So
1985? I was 7.
Go F yourself. Go F yourself. Yeah, so it was 1985. I was going to school to be a makeup artist for special effects. And I hung out at the Comedy Store. And I watched really great comedians. And then I kind of had a love boyfriend there. I met this guy named Rick Corso, very funny comedian. And we started dating. And then I kind of moved back to New York. I was doing my makeup thing. And then I met him in LA. I met him in Florida. And that weekend was like an eye-opener for me. I was like, wow, they're on the road. They've got such an exciting life. What did I know? They're making money. Because remember, this was the 80s. They were making coin.
When people made money, yes. Back in the 80s.
The MCs would make like $300-400 or $500 for the weekend or the week. That was great money for an MC. That's what headliners getting right now. You know what I mean? But anyway, so yeah, that was like an eye opener for me. And
what was your? Go on.
We kind of broke up. I never told him that I got into comedy, and then years later, I saw him in LA. He's like, "I can't believe you're a comedian. You're the third girl I turned into a comedian." I was like, "Well, keep doing what you're doing."
Interesting. He had some kind of magic. Do you have a favorite joke that you've written over the years? Do you have something or a favorite joke that you've heard?
A favorite bit.
Sure.
All my bits are usually true stories, So when I talk about my husband being hairy, he's covered in fur. It's not like I'm making it up. I mean, I'll take naked pictures of him, make everybody throw up. But so all my stories, when I tell a story, it's real. It's like, but of course, it's exaggerated to the point where it's like, oh my God. So if my husband gains 20 pounds, it's 70 pounds. You know what I mean? Just to make the joke funnier.
Do you have a favorite?
One night, I'll tell you the best story ever. I'm sitting at my table, and as you get older, you get fat. I used to be a skinny little thing, and menopause hit, and I got fat, and I'm sitting at the dining room table with my friend and her husband and my husband, and I go to her. This was like a couple years ago. I go, we really should power walk. We're getting so fat, And she goes, I'm not walking. And I go, why not? I mean, come here every night. We'll go. I'll come to you. We'll walk. What if a van grabs us? I almost fell off my chair. I go, you didn't say that. Did you just say a van was going to grab us? Well, what van is grabbing you? You're 60 years old. What, 50 years old? What van? So that was one of my favorite bits. I go,
That's funny.
There's no van stopping.
No,
I go to
no.
her. The only van stopping for us is the ice cream van. That's the only van that's going to try to get us.
Right, and I see whenever I see a white van, I think to myself, they're about to do something terrible. Something terrible is about to happen if there's a white van around.
Yeah, or maybe add an extension onto someone's house.
Or add an extension, or they're a construction worker. That is What is your favorite subject
Right.
to talk about on stage? Do you have a favorite subject?
Well, every 10 years, like I would say every 5 years, you develop a new act. People think we're just going to go write a whole new, hour. It's very hard to do that unless you're a genius. And there's only one Dave Attell and
Right.
one Dave Chappelle. These guys can talk about anything. They're amazing. But in order to hone it and get it like hilarious, where people are holding their stomachs, it takes a while. So I say every 5 years your life changes drastically. Like I had kids where I was single, and then I was getting married, and then then I had kids. So it was like every 5 years. So it's like whatever's new, you fall in love with. You know what I mean? You get sick of the old stuff. I mean, after a while, you're just like, I just don't even want to say it anymore. I used to talk about tattoos, and I had a boyfriend that had all these tattoos. So I had a whole bit about tattoos, and it was funny. I mean, but after a while, you're like, okay, it's got to retire. It's got to go to bed. But then there are guys that I've known for 30 years that are still doing the same
Right.
bits.
Yeah. Yeah, I see it all the time. Guys stuck. Yeah, they're very stuck in their old material. And it's usually old guys. Oh, that's another question. Are men funny?
I mean, that's like, come on, that's like saying, are women funny? Because they've always said women aren't funny. Funny is funny no matter what you are, man or woman. If you got it, you got it. Lucille Ball was one of the funniest women ever to hit the
Agreed.
face of the planet, all right? Carol Burnett, funny. Roseanne Barr was hilarious when she first did her first special. I mean, men.
I'm being facetious, of course.
So, well, of course, but here's the thing. There are so many men that aren't funny that are doing comedy.
Oh, yeah. God.
But then there are
Got
so
one
many
right
men.
here. Got one right here.
Look, you're very funny. There are so many men that are funny, like the Bill Burrs and the Keith Anthonys, who, they're just brilliant,
Who are some of your favorites? Who are some of your favorite comedians?
that I've worked with. Keith
Yeah,
Anthony
sure.
is probably one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Huh?
Keith's very funny. Yeah, Keith Anthony is a very, very talented comedian.
Yes, and I loved working with Dave Attell. I mean, every time I worked with him, it was like, he would do, this guy was so brilliant. He would have like a different punchline he would have 3 different punchlines for one of his jokes. So if you worked like a whole week with him, you'd be like, oh my God, that's a great punchline too. He's just that good.
Yeah.
And you can see it in all his work. I mean, look at Bumping Mics. He's so quick. He's so, you know what I'm saying? He's amazing.
Yeah, no, he's always been particularly funny. I miss Insomniac. That was one of the better shows that came out of comedy.
I was on it.
You are? You were on Insomniac?
Yes, I was. He goes to me, you want to film an episode? I go, yeah. Because Dave was always good like that. Dave had a show, I forgot what it was called, but it was with Comedy Central. And he cast me in it, and I played his sister. So Dave Juskow and myself were the sister and the brother-in-law, and Dave was on house arrest, and he was in our house. It was so funny. And Jim Gaffigan was Buzzkill, and the late, very funny, Vic Henley was the Jack Daniels bottle.
Okay, that's funny.
So he was the Southern, or was he the Southern Comfort bottle? I don't know. There's he was an alcohol. So David Tell would have a conversation with the bottle every day. It was an animated bottle. It was hilarious. And they never picked it up, of course.
Right.
Of course. Anything I've ever done has never gotten picked up. So
it will. It will.
No, I'm done. It's over. Anyway.
You tell a story. You tell a story about manscaping your husband. You mentioned that he's very hairy. Did that actually happen? Shaving? You actually shaved?
I didn't shave him. I whacked. So I go to him. I got to remember, my husband's very manly, burly, like smelly, very, very disgusting. He's a man, because I wouldn't want to have a woman as my husband. I don't need a man plucking his eyebrows. You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
Be a freaking man. Go kill the bug. Take the garbage out. Don't be a girl. Which, a lot of women, a couple of my friends married guys that were very girly.
Domesticated? I like to use the word domesticated.
I can't be more masculine than my man. And I'm already a man. I'm already masculine. Like, I don't need to be more man than my man. So anyway, yeah, I got some wax one day from the beauty supply, and he comes home. He's all smelly looking from work, and he's eating salad out of the bowl. And I go to him, can I wax you today? And he's like, no. I go, yeah, come on. He's like, no, no. He didn't want to do it, but of course I won. And I waxed him.
Okay.
On camera. So now you got to remember, the longer the hair, the more pain, the harder, like you rip, and it's like, ow! If you've ever had anything waxed, it hurts. One time I went in to get a Brazilian wax. I had no idea what it was. She did one side. I got up off the table. I was like, we're done. She's like, no. I go, we're done. So I had half
right.
crotch.
You were lopsided for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, well, whatever. I wasn't going to do it again. That was extreme pain, and it was brutal. But anyway, so yeah, I waxed him on Facebook Live.
That's awesome. I'm gonna have to check that out again. I saw a piece of it. I saw a piece of it some time ago, but I have to watch that again. Where have you had any shows recently? Have you gone up on stage anywhere? Have you been able to? No. Have you seen any shows? Do you have anything coming up that I know there's really not much out there, but there's like some outdoor shows, but they don't have.
I have about an hour of COVID material.
Okay, that's great.
I'm not doing it anywhere.
Okay.
Talk about what it's like to be on lockdown with them and homeschooling. That's a lot of fun.
That's
when you're
right.
an idiot. When you're an idiot moron trying to teach 8th grade math, which is impossible to
it's
do
impossible.
any normal human being. I lost you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
The computer connection is a little off.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah.
What'd you just say?
What? Where do you see comedy going? Do you have any opinions about that? Do you think it's going to change? Do you think it'll just come back and be the same?
I think we've been. I don't know what they're doing, why they've opened up everything but comedy. I think Cuomo doesn't want anybody to be happy or uplifted, because I can't figure out why he would keep outdoor comedy closed. I mean, if you're outside, you're behind a plexiglass, why wouldn't that be safe to open, right? Why?
Or
but yet you can go to Walmart, which is a petri dish of COVID. You've ever been to Walmart?
Yes.
Nobody follows any of the rules. Nobody follows the rules.
And everybody touches everything. Yeah.
They touch everything. They lick everything. There's arrows all over the floors, and they go the wrong way on the arrows. They come right up on you. So there is no. If you could keep Walmart open, comedy clubs should be open. How about that, Cuomo?
Right. What if I just told jokes to a handful of people on the corner? Would I be arrested? Would I be detained?
Look, they don't want happiness. They don't want people in church. I don't know. What is all that about? You can't go pray?
Are there no...
During the worst time of your life, you can't pray?
Right. Yeah, they take praying away. They took everything away.
Get lost. There's something more sinister here.
Oh, yeah, there's definitely something going on. There's other stuff that we could not fathom. Information we're not given, of course. You know, I agree. I believe there's a lot of conspiracies. We're not going to get
They're not conspiracies, honey. Not when the whole world's talking about them.
Yeah.
They're truths that are being covered up. But if you want to go down that rabbit hole, be ready.
Right. You, how do you feel about lizard people?
Well, you know, I haven't met any yet.
Okay. I was at a card game 3 nights ago, and it was a socially distanced card game. There weren't many people there, but one of the women started talking about how Trump is a lizard, and he's the second coming of Christ. And I thought, I can't come to this card game anymore. I have to stop. I can't come to this card game anymore because 3 people agreed with her that there's lizard people. And I was like, okay, I'm all, you could be pro-Trump. I don't care about that, but he's not a lizard. It's just kind of crazy where everything.
He kind of looks like a lizard, but look, here's the bottom line. There's a lot of crazy stuff out there. And if there were to be lizard people that they supposedly claim to be underground, and they're very big. See, what gets me is I don't doubt that there could be something living underground, or I don't doubt, because look at the ocean. I mean, a dolphin doesn't know that there's a whole Manhattan out there. They don't know that there's another, you know what I'm saying? They have no idea we exist. So could it be the same thing, living on the same planet in a different kind of dimension? Possibly, but until they show it to us, and they're not going to, because that could be really scary for humanity, right?
Right.
But what I don't understand is how people can look at all the ancient things that are on this planet, like the pyramids and the sphinxes and all the things that don't make sense on this planet, and not say there's got to be something missing.
Like hieroglyphics of helicopters and moon men and stuff of that nature. Yeah, I've seen it too. I know it's out there.
It's crazy. You gotta believe that there was something here. Maybe there was something here before us. It got wiped out, and now I don't know.
I want to leave on a more positive note. You have a great picture behind you of your daughter who auditioned for AGT. What was that experience like? I'd like to hear about that before we get out of here.
I hate waiting on lines, but I wanted her to experience what it's like to wait online and audition. And my daughter is enormously talented. I mean, she's got an enormous talent. She's got, she's not an Aretha Franklin, let's just say, that kind of talent, but she has a soulful voice that is you hear her voice and you're like, wow. She'll take a song, like I got her into the Animals, the House of the Rising Sun, and I'll sing it, and I'll sound like I'm karaoke singing it because I'm trying to sing right? She'll sing it, and you'll be like, oh wow, is that her original? That's the difference. That's how good she is.
What did she sing for the audition?
She sang. They actually asked her back in. The girl asked her back in to sing 2 more songs, so she sang Natural Woman. She nailed it. There was only one girl in the room, so it wasn't like, she should have had the right audition. But with real, I went into some audition with Mario and Bosco, and there were singers there that had microphones and keyboards, and they got to use that. So you couldn't tell from something like that. But she doesn't want to be in the business, and she's learning piano. She plays the piano by herself. I never gave her 1 lesson. Really?
That's an amazing talent.
I bought the piano, and now she's learning it on her own,
That's,
and she's good.
that's great. I'm not surprised that incredible talent would come from you, spurt forth from you. Carie,
She
thank
did
you.
get something from her father,
Well, she's not Harry, right?
a hairy back.
The poor girl. Uh, Carie, thank you so much for talking to me today. You're one of the best. You're always a great conversation.
Thank you so much.
You're
Well,
so much.
I was excited to be in any of your projects. You made me your mother.
Yes. No. Well, no, you were changed. That was changed, and now you're a sister. That character is a sister.
No, I don't want to be the sister because I'm growing gray out. I don't know if you guys could see. I'm gray. I'm going to be all silver gray. So I will play mother.
I am shooting another scene with Billy Mira in a couple of weeks, so it is still going on. So there's still scenes coming up. It's just harder to do it with
well,
COVID.
I'm gonna be all gray, and just like Moses. You know how Moses went up the mountain and he came back. He had brown hair, and then he came out and he was all white and gray. That's happened to me before COVID, and now I came out with like what'd you say? The tablets of comedy.
Yes, that's the 10 Commandments of comedy. That would be great. That would be a funny sketch. You coming down from the mountain with 10 commandments, and then the opportunity to write with those 10 commandments.
In the shape of a microphone.
Yeah, sure. Love it. It would be funny. It'd actually be a good way to open a show. Thank you for coming down today. You're great. We will talk again soon. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Carie Karavas. We'll be right back with Welcome Back to America after this.
Bye-bye.